am David George, Chief of Staff at the University of Maryland School of Dentistry. One of the privileges of my position is that I get to welcome colleagues, alumni, friends, professional associates, and School of Dentistry faculty, staff, and students to our annual State of the School address presented by our Dean, Dr. Mark Reynolds. The COVID pandemic brought us many challenges, and we learned a lot as we rose to meet those challenges. One lesson was that there are other ways we can come together as a community so that those of us who cannot be in the room can still be included in the discussion. Today, we are going to deliver the State of the School address in a format so that everyone in our dental school community, regardless of where they are, can participate. This is a special opportunity to call attention to the extraordinary record of accomplishments we've achieved in every single one of our mission areas: education, research, clinical care, and public service, and to express the great pride we feel as a community as we work together, day in and day out, in our mission of advancing oral health and improving lives. Just a few weeks ago, the entire School of Dentistry came together for our annual faculty staff retreat. The theme was belongingness and mattering. Dean Reynolds has a lot to share today. I'm sure you, as I am, will again be impressed and proud of what we've accomplished as a community. Every point of pride that will be shared in this address today, every transformative research initiative that will be discussed, every success and accomplishment that we share is built fundamentally on the pride and culture of our community, where each of us belongs and every one of us matters. It is my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Mel Kushner. Dr. Kushner is a proud graduate of the University of Maryland. He's a strong supporter, and he currently serves as the chair of our Board of Visitors. Dr. Kushner.
Thank you, Dr. George. Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2022 State of the School Address. On behalf of the Board of Visitors, I would like to express our thanks for the many volunteer hours from alumni and friends. I'd also like to thank those who have made contributions to the Catalyst campaign. And finally, I'd like to congratulate the faculty and staff for all their efforts. Since I was a freshman at this school 60 years ago, I have never been more proud of its accomplishments and the success of its supporters. We are delighted that so many of you are joining us from so many different locations this afternoon. I am confident that from wherever you happen to be at this moment, you all join me in recognizing the very able leadership of our school's dean, Dr. Mark Reynolds, and the hard work and dedication of its faculty, staff, and students. We are proud of each and every one of you. And now, please join me in welcoming our dean, Dr. Mark Reynolds.
Thank you, Dr. Kushner, for your kind introduction. Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2022 School of Dentistry State of the School Address. With great honor, I would like to begin by introducing Dr. Bruce E. Jarrell, President of the University of Maryland, Baltimore.
We are many, we are one. Great theme for a State of the School address. Dean Reynolds, I compliment you for a great title because it's the same title that I would apply to UMB. We are many, we are one. It gives us a great faculty, not only in this school, but in the university overall. It helps us live our core values. It gives everyone a sense of belonging. If we accomplish your theme, we are many, we are one, this will be a great place to work and live. Dean Reynolds, I look forward to your State of the University address. I know you will tell us about the many great accomplishments you've had in the past year. Thank you.
Thank you, President Jarrell. I would like to thank each of you again for joining the 2022 School of Dentistry State of the School Address. It is my pleasure to recognize my colleague deans, Dr. Natalie Eddington, Dean of the School of Pharmacy, Dr. Mark Gladwin, Dean of the School of Medicine and Vice President for Medical Affairs, Professor Renee McDonald Hutchins, Dean of the School of Law, Dr. Jane Kirschling, Dean of the School of Nursing, Dr. Judy Postmus, Dean of the School of Social Work, and Dr. Roger Ward, Provost and Executive Vice President and Dean of the Graduate School. I would like to take a moment to welcome and congratulate our newest deans, Dean Hutchins and Dean Gladwin. I look forward to innovative collaborations between our schools. Again, thank you for joining the 2022 State of the School Address for the School of Dentistry. I now would like to acknowledge the members of the School of Dentistry's Board of Visitors, including Dr. Kushner, Chair, who introduced this presentation, and Dr. Roy Esco, Vice Chair. Thank you for your counsel and support. Next, I would like to recognize members of the school's Alumni Association Board of Directors, including Dr. Mark Neuger, President, and Dr. Joanne Block-Reef, President-elect. My thanks to each of our directors for their many efforts to foster and promote alumni engagement and support. And, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't also thank all members of our school's leadership and our outstanding faculty and staff whose collective efforts make every success possible. Thank you. This 2022 State of the School Address marks the 8th year I have had the distinct honor of presenting to university leadership, faculty, staff, students, and friends of the School of Dentistry. Just a few years ago, none of us could have imagined how the COVID-19 pandemic would upend our personal and professional lives as well as our communities. In that time span, the ability to adjust swiftly became the mandate of each day. And from that experience have come lasting lessons about adaptability, inventiveness, and problem solving. Most importantly, we have seen the remarkable things that we can achieve when we all pull together. I am proud to say at the School of Dentistry, we worked hard with and alongside each other, with many successes in the areas critical to our purpose of advancing oral health, improving lives. That is why I've chosen to call this presentation, We Are Many, We Are One. Ultimately, our success at the School of Dentistry depends upon our ability to graduate oral health professionals who are prepared to be future leaders in dental health, serving and caring for populations that span a broad range of racial, ethnic, and socio-economic diversity, innovation in our research labs, and tirelessly pursuing novel solutions and treatments in patient care. Our capacity to do so begins with a superlative faculty and staff. With that in mind, I am pleased to share some recent faculty highlights. In September, at the university's inaugural faculty convocation, Dr. Leslie Costello, a professor in the Department of Oncology and Diagnostic Sciences, was among those celebrated as Distinguished University Professors. The title of Distinguished University Professor is the highest appointment bestowed upon a faculty member at UMB. It recognizes scholarly excellence, as well as the impact and significance of their contributions to their profession, field, or practice. I was proud to stand on stage beside Dr. Costello as this honor was bestowed upon him by President Gerald and Provost Ward. Perhaps I should note that President Gerald, a transplant surgeon and metalsmith, added a personal touch to the ceremony by forging the medallions presented to the distinguished university professors. Congratulations again, Dr. Costello. The contributions and remarkable achievements of 3 more of our faculty members have been recognized as well. Each of them has been named a Professor Emeritus. Dr. Pei Feng, who retired from the Department of Oncology and Diagnostic Sciences, is an outstanding physician-scientist. Much of her research focused on the zinc regulation of prostate cancer, and her innovations culminated in a patent on a method for treating tumor growth. Dr. Feng also led the doctoral and master's programs in dental biomedical sciences, serving as director of the Office of Research. Due to her efforts, UMSOD has been a pioneer in dental research training, providing opportunities for dental students to conduct high-profile research with faculty members in the basic sciences. Dr. Robert Ord, who retired as professor and chair of the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, has had a highly distinguished career at the School of Dentistry and the University of Maryland Medical Center, specializing in surgical oncology of the head and neck. A prolific author, he has pioneered surgical procedures to offer cancer patients and survivors a greater quality of life. Dr. Ord's interest in basic science and clinical research in head and neck cancer has led to chemoprevention trials for precancerous lesions. I am pleased to add that he will continue aiding the school on philanthropic and other special projects. Dr. Howard Strassler, who retired from the Department of General Dentistry in 2020, continued to teach operative dentistry part-time until this past June. He also served as UMSOD's National Dental Licensure Exams Coordinator. Throughout his career, Dr. Strassler was a tireless innovator and early adopter of remote and online teaching vehicles, producing lectures, articles, book chapters, podcasts, webinars, and online videos. You can imagine how valuable his expertise in online learning was when the School of Dentistry switched to remote classes at the start of the pandemic. My congratulations to Drs. Feng, Ord, and Strassler. I also would like to share that Dr. Monica Schneider was named UMSOD's Assistant Dean of Admissions and Recruitment, as well as Director of the Master's Program in Dental Biomedical Sciences. She is a Clinical Associate Professor in the Department of Orthodontics and Pediatric Dentistry. She is also a diplomate of the American Board of Orthodontics. For nearly a decade, Dr. Schneider served as the school's Director of Predoctoral Orthodontics and spent significant time in the postgraduate clinic training residents in all aspects of orthodontics. She also served on the admissions committee for the dental program and postgraduate orthodontics program for many years. Congratulations, Dr. Schneider. Additionally, Dr. Man-Kyo Chung, professor in the Department of Neural and Pain Sciences and co-director of the University of Maryland Center to Advance Chronic Pain Research, recently was named the School of Dentistry's Assistant Dean of Research and Graduate Studies. Renowned for his investigations into the molecular mechanisms of oral and craniofacial pain and the neural regulation of alveolar bone remodeling, Dr. Chung has received significant ongoing extramural funding from industry as well as federal and state agencies. You'll hear more about Dr. Chung and his research later in this presentation. My congratulations to you, Dr. Chung. As part of our continued enhancement of educational opportunities at all levels at the School of Dentistry, 2 other administrators have been appointed to improve oversight and calibration of graduate educational opportunities. In October, Dr. Vineet Dar, clinical professor and chair of the Department of Orthodontics and Pediatric Dentistry, was appointed Assistant Dean of Postgraduate and Professional Studies in Dentistry. His research focuses primarily on evidence-based dentistry and examines topics such as pulp therapy, restorative dentistry, and preventative therapies. Recently, Dr. Dar received 3 national awards from the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry in recognition of his efforts to improve access to care, distinguished teaching record, and contributions to evidence-based dentistry. You'll hear more about Dr. Dar a little bit later in the program. Congratulations, Dr. Dar. I also am pleased to announce that Dr. Abraham Schneider was named Director of the Doctoral Program in Dental Biomedical Sciences. Dr. Schneider is an Associate Professor in the Department of Oncology and Diagnostic Sciences whose research is focused on the potential repurposing of biguanide compounds within local delivery formulations for dental and craniofacial applications. My congratulations to Dr. Schneider. In pursuit of strengthening their ability to serve as academic leaders, 3 of our faculty members recently completed the UMB Faculty Leadership Program. Now in its 2nd year, this year-long program is designed for full-time faculty members who have demonstrated high leadership potential and wish to further develop as professionals in education. As part of the program, UMB's provost and deans offer an array of professional development opportunities designed to allow participants to develop an innovative and results-oriented leadership style. My congratulations to our 2022 participants, Drs. Kut Alkubezi, Joshua Lubeck, and Richard Traub. And I am pleased to share that the School of Dentistry faculty members Dr. Vineet Dar and Dr. Abraham Schneider, both of whom I mentioned earlier in this presentation, have been selected to participate in the 2023 Faculty Leadership Program. I am also pleased to share other news about faculty professional development in the field of education. Dr. Mark Masick, Assistant Dean for Curriculum Innovation and Scholarship and Professor, Department of Dental Public Health, and Dr. Monica Schneider, whom I mentioned earlier, are enrolled in the Health Professions Education Program at the UMB Graduate School. I want to thank our exceptional faculty for their strong commitment to advancing their expertise and effectiveness as educators. I would also like to mention several other new appointments among our faculty members. In September, Dr. Marianne Mello, Professor and Director of the Division of Operative Dentistry, was named Chair of the Department of General Dentistry. A distinguished clinician scientist, she is recognized for her work with students in active research in dental biomaterials and biofilms. Dr. Mello will ably guide the department during its next chapter. Congratulations, Dr. Mello. Dr. Gary Warburton was named Chair of the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery in September. Dr. Warburton is a highly respected clinical professor and surgeon at the School of Dentistry, the University of Maryland Medical Center, and R. Adams Cowley Shock Trauma Center. He also serves as Division Chief of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery at the University of Maryland Medical Center, as well as in leadership roles at other institutions. Congratulations, Dr. Warburton. Our faculty members continue to serve in important leadership roles in dentistry. This past year, Dr. Patricia Tordick, Clinical Professor and Director, Division of Endodontics, Department of Advanced Oral Sciences and Therapeutics, recently was sworn in as President-elect of the American Association of Endodontists Foundation for Endodontics. Congratulations, Dr. Tordick. Preparing a new generation of oral health leaders who reflect the populations they serve is also key to providing better care for our patients. I am proud that we continue to recruit a diverse student body. Among the Big Ten dental schools, the School of Dentistry currently has the highest percentage of students identifying as Black or African American, according to the American Dental Education Association. Despite significant progress in our undergraduate recruitment efforts, creating new pathways for underrepresented graduates to pursue dental specialization remains a priority. At UMSOD, we are developing programs aimed at diversifying and strengthening the oral health research workforce, as well as nurturing the next generation of academic leaders. These include the Maryland Program for Oral Facial Sciences Training, or MPOST, which will provide support and training to predoctoral, doctoral, dual degree, and postdoctoral candidates who are preparing to be independent researchers in the dental, oral, and craniofacial sciences. Led by Dr. Chung and Dr. Tao Lo, professor in the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, the MPOST program is an interdisciplinary, research-intensive training program. A second initiative, the Maryland Program in Dental Research Experience, or DREX, will provide hands-on summer research experiences to underrepresented minority high school students, undergraduate students, and high school teachers. It is being led by Dr. Henning Wren, Assistant Professor in the Department of Oncology and Diagnostic Sciences, and Dr. Norbert Mislinski, Associate Professor, Department of Neural and Pain Sciences. Both programs are under review for funding by the National Institute of Dental and Craniofacial Research. I also am pleased to mention that Jasmine Jones, DDS Class of 2022, is among the inaugural winners of the Dr. Jean Craig Sinkford Student Leadership Award in recognition of her work as a student leader. Presented by the American Dental Education Association, it is named for Jean C. Sinkford, DDS, Ph.D., who in 1975 was named Dean of Howard University College of Dentistry, the first woman to hold the title at a dental school in the United States. It honors dental students who have championed the advancement of underrepresented minority and women students and faculty in dental education. Congratulations, Dr. Jones. At the School of Dentistry, we also have introduced several innovative technologies aimed at improving how we provide and manage our students' dental education. These improvements include the introduction of new software programs that allow us to offer predoctoral students a flexible, non-patient-based approach to learning the principles of intraoral radiography, and create surveys and generate reports aimed at pinpointing and offering additional targeted opportunities for students to develop skills in identifying soft and hard tissue pathologic conditions. Additionally, we have enhanced our student clinical dashboard so that both faculty, supervisors, and students are able to more effectively track progress being made towards required learning experiences. Moving ahead, our Office of Academic Affairs is working on strengthening our educational contingency plans for challenges posed by future public health or natural disaster emergencies. Additional new innovative learning opportunities allow students to explore state-of-the-art technologies. One example is a new radiopathologic translational research conference that introduces second and third year dental students to artificial intelligence, or AI, methods for dental imaging. It also allows students to utilize AI for case studies, explore ethical considerations, and study the application of commercial software for image segmentation of three-dimensional radiographic images obtained using cone beam computed tomography. This innovative translational research conference on the application of artificial intelligence in dental imaging has been organized by Dr. Ahmed Sultan, Assistant Professor, Dr. Jeffrey Price, Clinical Professor and Director of Oral Radiology, and Dr. Azim Parsa, Clinical Associate Professor, all members of the Department of Oncology and Diagnostic Sciences. I am pleased to announce that the first students to enroll in our new dual-degree Clinical Dental Hygiene Leader track completed the program last summer. UMSOD is the first dental school in the country to offer and now graduate students who simultaneously earn both their bachelor's and master's degree in a clinical dental hygiene program. Part of a collaborative partnership between the UMSOD and the universities at Shady Grove, the leadership track has two rising classes who entered the dual degree program in June 2021 and June 2022. My congratulations to our inaugural graduates. At the School of Dentistry, one of our priorities is to transform oral health care and improve quality of life through research, innovation, and discovery. I would like to highlight some of the achievements and successes of our distinguished faculty. I am very pleased to announce that Dr. Man-Kyo Chung, professor in the Department of Neural and Pain Sciences, co-director of the University of Maryland Center to Advance Chronic Pain Research, and recently appointed Assistant Dean of Research and Graduate Studies, whom I mentioned earlier in this presentation, is also the 2022 UMB Founders Week Researcher of the Year. Much of Dr. Chung's research, which is supported and recognized by federal, state, and industry sources, focuses on capsaicin, the active ingredient in chili peppers, and how capsaicin receptors produce and alleviate craniofacial pain. His research has the potential to radically change the lives and well-being of many who suffer from acute and chronic dental and oral facial pain. My congratulations to Dr. Chung, who will now share insights about his research in the following video.
Dr. Man-Kyo Chung is a distinguished dentist scientist noted for his research on the molecular mechanisms of oral and craniofacial pain and the neural regulation of alveolar bone remodeling.
So our lab is interested in the mechanism how this capsaicin make us feel pain and also how to cure this chronic pain. This is a very exciting research area that we have been up to for many years.
Dr. Chung has received numerous NIH grants, including a prestigious 8-year, $8 million grant for sustaining outstanding achievement in research. Widely published in scholarly journals, his work has been cited almost 3,000 times.
40% of people in the United States have periodontitis, the gum disease, and 20% of the people in the United States have chronic pain conditions. But the treatment of periodontitis and chronic pain conditions are very limited, and new treatment is necessary to be developed for better treat those conditions.
As co-director of the Center to Advance Chronic Pain Research and interim assistant dean of research, Dr. Chung facilitates a collaborative environment for students and researchers.
This CASPER has faculty members from School of Medicine, School of Dentistry, School of Nursing, Pharmacy, and Social Work, and School of Law. And I'm very humble in receiving this award, and I think I need to share this award with all of my colleagues in neuroscience and pain research group in the UMD.
Congratulations, Dr. Chung, our 2022 Founders Week Researcher of the Year. First-year resident Dr. Courtney Jackson received first place for her table clinic titled A Little Bit of Lagniappe, Treating Dental Problems in a Hospital Emergency Department. Her presentation, drawn from Maryland 2019 and nationwide emergency department sample data, included a survey of local emergency department physicians regarding comfort level, barriers, and treatment of dental emergencies, and recommended a rubric for managing dental problems based on the International Classification of Diseases, a standardized coding system for diagnoses. Congratulations, Dr. Jackson. Rigorous scholarship is important for the advancement of science, and the school continues to place a priority on scholarly works. I am pleased to share that over the last year, our faculty efforts have culminated in the publication of more than 100 peer-reviewed articles in journals indexed by PubMed, consistent with the high level of scholarship in the prior year. Research grants and contracts remain a strategic priority for the school. A major emphasis has been placed on broadening our research portfolio in the areas of oral, dental, and craniofacial sciences while increasing our total funding. As you can see here, we continue to increase our total awards managed, which is critical for future growth. Another overarching goal of the School of Dentistry is to provide exceptional clinical care to the citizens of Maryland and superlative training to the next generation of oral health providers. Hard work and dedication on the part of our faculty and staff enabled us to continue providing excellent clinical care to our community members in an atmosphere in which they felt safe and comfortable during the pandemic. I am pleased to share that in fiscal year 22, our faculty and student clinicians treated more than 20,000 individual patients during nearly 90,000 patient visits. As a longtime Baltimore institution, we are deeply aware of the importance and responsibilities of healthcare providers, especially for our neighbors in West Baltimore, for whom we play a pivotal role. In fiscal year 22, we provided just over 5,000 individual members of the West Baltimore community with more than 38,000 clinical services during 18,000 patient visits. Looking ahead, one of our continuing goals is to strengthen our ties to our neighborhood and expand access to oral health care to our community members. One initiative that is enabling us to extend access to care to children in the Baltimore area is our Oral Health for Underserved, Uninsured Children program. Led by Vineet Dar, Chief of the Division of Pediatric Dentistry, it works with community partners to identify and refer patients to UMSOD and serves as many as 400 children annually. The children, for reasons ranging from poverty to immigration issues, face obstacles to finding dental homes and receiving oral health care. Thanks to two recent $100,000 grants from the Delta Dental Community Care Foundation of Washington, D.C., and the Baltimore-based ABLE Foundation, UMSOD has been able to expand access to oral health care for Baltimore area children, regardless of their household's ability to pay. In the following video, Dr. Dar highlights this important program.
Our goal is to advocate for the children in Maryland so that they can have a dental home and in that sense have a better access to oral health care. About 3.4% of Maryland children have no insurance at all. So these are about 48,000 children that have no insurance. And we are providing for these children. The need is definitely significant. We provide comprehensive care, preventive services, oral health education, anticipatory guidance which is age appropriate, restorative care as needed. It is very rewarding to see the difference we make in the lives of these families, the children who come to us with dental pain and leave healthier and smiling. The sense of gratitude that we get from the parents once their children receive the care is very rewarding to see. These parents have been to several places. They have looked for opportunities where they could take their children to dentists unsuccessfully. Every child deserves a dental home, and the oral health for underserved uninsured program serves as an essential building block for a population that is often overlooked. The program is only expanding, and it's growing more and more, and it only speaks to the great need we have in the community. My hope would be that we can continue to expand this program, we can continue to get the grant support, continue to get some support from the legislation to make this program a more of a permanent feature, and we can continue to take care of these children the way we should and provide them a dental home the way we should.
Thank you, Dr. Dar. Public service, whether serving country or community, lies at the core of our mission. Our students actively participate in community engagement, local clinical care, and pathways to workforce development, with many faculty members often leading the way. Although many in-person events continue to be put on hold in 2022 due to the COVID pandemic, particularly at the start of the year, our students and faculty were nonetheless able to engage in an array of public service events. Oral health care is a crucial component of overall health. In 2021, the Maryland General Assembly established a task force on oral health in Maryland that was charged with analyzing access and barriers to dental services, including options to eliminate barriers, and making recommendations to increase access to dental services in the state. I was pleased to co-chair the task force together with Dr. Debony Hughes, Director, Office of Oral Health, Maryland State Department of Health. On December 1st, the final report of the task force was submitted to Governor Hogan and to selected committee leadership on its recommendations about how to increase oral health care throughout the state. And you will be hearing more about this important issue in the months to come. Despite the progress made in addressing oral health needs of all Marylanders, charitable outreach remains critical for many of our communities, and in the face of this, our faculty, staff, and students continue to be engaged in a variety of public service initiatives. In April 2022, a new Maryland law extended dental coverage for pregnant individuals on Medicaid for 12 months after their babies are born. Now, a prenatal postpartum advisory board comprising oral health and prenatal professionals and low-income pregnant and postpartum mothers has been assembled to develop strategies to bolster access to dental care. The advisory board, funded by grants from CareQuest Institute for Oral Health and Colgate Oral Pharmaceuticals, is led by Ms. Lisa Bress, Clinical Associate Professor and Chief of the Division of Dental Hygiene, and Dr. Thomas Oates, Professor and Chair, Department of Advanced Oral Sciences and Therapeutics. This new initiative stems from Professor Bress's long-standing prenatal oral health program that links prenatal patients from the University of Maryland School of Medicine's Penn Street Women's Health Center to the University of Maryland School of Dentistry. Since 2018, the program, funded by the Maryland Office of Oral Health, has managed more than 800 referrals and provided dental services for over 500 patients. Last June, nearly 50 dental and dental hygiene students, together with faculty and staff members, provided oral health care services to athletes at the Special Olympics Maryland Summer Games. They offered their services as part of the Special Smiles program, the dental health component of the Special Olympics Healthy Athletes Village. Special Smiles allows athletes with intellectual disabilities the opportunity to take charge of their oral health. The screenings performed by our students are designed to increase awareness of the importance of dental health for the athletes, as well as their parents and caregivers. In addition to screenings, which document athletes' oral health through a series of questions, students provided topical fluoride treatments, fitted custom mouth guards, and taught athletes proper brushing and flossing techniques. Later that summer, our faculty and dental hygiene students offered West Baltimore Middle School students hands-on experience in the oral health professions at Planet Smiles Discovering Dentistry Camp. The week-long educational camp falls under the umbrella of UMB's Cure Scholars program, a year-round program that seeks to prepare middle school and high school students in West Baltimore for research, healthcare, and STEM-related career opportunities. 30 middle school students spent a week at the School of Dentistry learning about oral hygiene, careers within the field of dentistry, head and neck anatomy, and oral cancer from volunteer UMSOD faculty members and students. They also put on white coats and headed to the simulation laboratory, where they learned how to manage dental trauma, practice suturing techniques, and applied sealants on simulated patients. I am also extremely proud to share that the school's chapter of the Student National Dental Association, or SNDA, won 2 national awards earlier this year. It was named the 2022 Chapter of the Year in the large chapter category in recognition of its exemplary achievement in community service and engagement and member involvement. This is the 9th consecutive year in which the chapter has received either first or second place in this award category. It also won first place in the video scrapbook competition, which recognizes the best student-produced video depicting a chapter's events and memories from the academic year. The SNDA, which is affiliated with the National Dental Association, is dedicated to supporting the academic and social environment of minority students and to increasing the presence of minorities in the dental profession. In presenting these honors, the SNDA recognizes student groups that excel in their leadership and accomplishments, particularly in the areas of community outreach and service. My congratulations to the 2021-2022 Executive Board members who last year successfully led the chapter, and to all our SNDA members. And now I would like to introduce the 2022-23 SNDA President, Chimezia Osandu and Hewan Gasasa, Vice President, who appear in the following video.
SNDA stands for Student National Dental Association, and it's basically just an organization that's dedicated towards growth as a dental student, community engagement, and also aiding minoritized dental students. Over the summer before the school year started, me and my vice president, we came up with 3 goals that we wanted to get out of SNDA, and these were just based off of our experiences in SNDA and what we felt really spoke to our organization. And so the 3 were family, being a family within the organization, because we want to sort of serve as a family away from home for dental students. We think that's really important because we're always in school, but you want that sort of community, and so family was one of them. Mentorship, so sort of giving our experience as a dental student to those that are interested in maybe being dental students or any pathway that's in the healthcare. And also networking, so utilizing our connection as a national organization with other dental students or alumni that are in SNDA.
Previous to being the vice president, I was a community service chair, so community service holds a near and dear place to my heart. So one of my goals this year was to have more in-person events for community service, and we've been doing that, and it's been amazing. We've been able to go from young children with a bridge to academic excellence. We partner with the School of Pharmacy, and we serve those children, and we tutor them in algebra, SAT prep, etc. But then we've also been able to serve adults, which is a community that we've tapped into as students who provide, but outside of the school, we've been able to take it a step further. To have an impact outside of healthcare is important because we are people outside of healthcare, we're people. And we should be able to give to people because we want to, not just because our career says we have to. We should have the compassion to do so.
Thank you, Mr. Osandu and Ms. Gasasa. Our outstanding staff members are critical to the success of our academic, clinical, research, and public service programs. The Service Over and Above Requirements Award Program highlights School of Dentistry colleagues who consistently demonstrate the university's core values in their interactions with patients, staff, students, and faculty. SOAR Award winners are nominated by their peers, managers, and colleagues across the school. We are very proud of our SOAR program and deeply proud of the award winners for living the UMB core values of respect and integrity, well-being and sustainability, equity and justice, and innovation and discovery. Thank you to our SOAR Award recipients for your immeasurable contributions and for helping strengthen our community at UMB and the School of Dentistry. Annually, one recipient of the SOAR Award is selected to receive the Beacon of Light Award to honor their dedication and exemplary service. Ms. LaWanda Turpin, Dental Sterilization Aide, was the recipient of the 2022 Beacon of Light Award. This award is presented as part of the annual faculty staff retreat. I would like to thank the selection committee for their invaluable efforts, including Mr. Eric Davis, chair of the selection committee. Congratulations, Ms. Turpin. I am also pleased to share that Mr. William Hoffman, Jr., Research Administrator, was selected by the Society of Research Administrators International to receive the 2022 Hartford Nicholson Award in recognition of his impactful professional service to the society and global field of research administration. Congratulations, Mr. Hoffman. As you may be aware, at the end of the year, our university-wide Catalyst campaign will conclude. Led by our Office of Development and Alumni Relations, the School of Dentistry has worked hard to build the vital support for our vision of achieving preeminence through excellence and innovation in education, patient care, research, and public service. I am pleased to say that our efforts during the campaign were successful. While the campaign totals are not final, the School of Dentistry's fundraising total is currently $33.9 million compared to our $30 million campaign goal, which means we reach 113% of our goal. But capital campaigns are about far more than raising funds. They are about engaging constituents, building relationships, and creating new programs, all aimed at enhancing our students' training, developing a diverse oral healthcare workforce, pursuing novel treatment solutions, and providing superlative patient care. Throughout this presentation, you have heard about many successful new or growing programs. Now I would like to share with you a few more of our Catalyst campaign highlights. Endowed professorships allow us to recruit and retain extraordinary academicians. Professorships bestow distinction upon a faculty member and establish a legacy for the institution and donor. I am proud to say that during the Catalyst campaign, the School of Dentistry established its inaugural endowed professorship and followed that with 4 more, 2 of which were created in the last 12 months. And so it is with great pleasure that I announce that Dr. Karen Ivers, class of 1988, and a former Dean's faculty member, has created the school's 4th endowed professorship in support of academic excellence and discovery-driven research. Thank you, Dr. Ivers. Additionally, through the generosity of Holly and Gordon Bell, the School of Dentistry recently announced its 5th endowed professorship. Citing the critical role of faculty mentors in professional education, the Bells wanted to help ensure that dental students will continue to have similar opportunities to be taught and guided by top clinicians and teachers. My deep thanks to Dr. and Ms. Bell, who in our next video will discuss their decision to create this endowed professorship.
My brain doesn't sleep. Anything that offers the opportunity to problem solve, flying, driving cars at insane rates of speed. The parallel to what I do is, if I don't have the aptitude to make treatment decisions quickly, bad things will happen. It goes back to the early education experiences here. Maryland taught us how to be critical thinkers. There were no dentists in my family, there were no professionals. In fact, I was the first person in my family to complete an undergraduate degree.
He was always very good with his hands, very articulate.
Ultimately was accepted at all of the schools at which I applied. And when I looked at the programs, I realized what Maryland offered me. I wanted to be a clinician. Maryland offered a better opportunity to become a world-class clinician. It's not an unrigorous process. And so we all come out the other side changed. I get to interact with my patients. I get to affect their lives on a daily basis. And that's pretty powerful stuff.
We were making out our wills, and both of our experiences with universities were rigorous but very positive and created the leaders that we have become.
There's then a responsibility to pay it forward.
And to offer the opportunities to people that are currently in that career path.
What is it we want to leave behind as legacy? I read about planned giving. To me, that just made sense. To know that what we've worked to create will then have a beneficial effect for years to come.
And it's the goal now to feel good about adding to it.
The commitment they've made to improving the facility, the embracing of technology, it's for us very exciting to be part of that. The question was posed, would we be comfortable with an endowed professorship to bring in people who are going to become the educators of the future for these students. I believe that's the best way to pay it forward. Particularly in dentistry today, I believe you can create enough of what you need in life that you can share that to the betterment of others. Where else can we do something to help the world?
Thank you, Dr. and Ms. Val. Throughout today's presentation, I've spoken about the vital importance of increasing the representation of diverse populations within the oral health care professions. Scholarships play a key role in ensuring that all students enrolled in dental school have access to as wide a range of learning and experiential opportunities as possible. In recent years, we have seen significant increases in our scholarship endowment, and continuing to do so remains a priority. I would like to share that the number of scholarships available to students has increased in the past 9 years from 20 scholarships in 2013 to 76 in 2022. In that time span, our total scholarship endowment has grown by more than $7 million, from just over $2.8 million to more than $10 million. Continuing the theme of increased scholarship support, I am pleased to announce that the 2022 recipients of the Dean's Scholarship for Leadership and Excellence are Dr. Justin Maxwell, DDS Class of 2022, and Ms. Kelly O'Keefe, DDS Class of 2023. The $25,000 scholarships are designed to honor and support students who succeed within the classroom and clinic, demonstrate promise as leaders, and aspire to continue working in public service. Congratulations to our 2022 recipients, Dr. Maxwell and Ms. O'Keefe. I would be remiss not to thank all those who have worked hard on behalf of the School of Dentistry throughout the Catalyst campaign. I would like to begin by expressing my appreciation to Dr. Charles Doring, Class of 1987, who served as the school's Catalyst campaign chair for his time and efforts. Thank you also to the many donors, including those who work hard at the school, whether on our faculty, dean's faculty, or staff, who have made significant personal contributions during the Catalyst campaign to scholarships, patient care funds, and as-in-kind donations. Thanks to each of you for your generosity and investment in the School of Dentistry. Last but not least, thank you for allowing me to share these highlights of the past year. I hope you will join with me as we celebrate our successes, renew our shared commitment to educating and inspiring the oral health leaders of tomorrow, and build on our legacy as a preeminent leader in academic health sciences. Again, thank you for all that you do in support of the School of Dentistry and for participating in this year's State of the School Address.